not admitted without parents or guardian.
That's not your garden variety stiff out there. Something very strange did that.
A legendary creature with an unearthly thirst for revenge.
She would transform herself into a giant spider, sting them, wrap them in her web, and feed on them at her leisure.
It's happened again. What did you see?
I saw a spider.
Who can survive the curse of the Black Widow?
I saw a spider too in my bathroom right before this show, and it was teeny tiny and not scary at all.
Was it the prophecy of the black spider?
Yes, it was the mini prophecy of the black spider, and it was it was pretty.
You know
cool.
how you spell prophecy, right?
Profecy, and I forget the rest.
Yes, exactly. That's all. The prophecy of the black spider.
Anyway, good evening, fans of fantastic films, and welcome once again to the Drive-In Asylum late movie. Tonight we're the late movie. It's only one, and it's about spiders. It's about a curse, and it's got so many fantastic people in it that you just will not believe how many fantastic people are in it.
It's the glory years of TV movies, huh? When this was made.
I have to say, yes, I agree with that statement, because this was, this is right up there with those movies like Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, Trilogy of Terror, at least for me. Like, maybe other people didn't think this was a great movie because, it's a TV movie and the spider special effects are really not the greatest. But, who could do a good giant spider? Even It, which was made in like 1990, had a shitty looking giant spider in it. So I don't hold that against this movie. I think it's a lot of fun.
It's got Dan Curtis directing it. Speaking of Trilogy of Terror, the same team, and but yeah, man, it has Tony Francosa, Donna Mills, The Eyes Have It, Patty Duke, Vic Morrow, June Allison. There's a ton of people in this movie.
June Lockhart. There's two Junes. How about that? You get two for one Junes.
June is the month of Gemini, so how about that for some perfect astrological sense?
What does that have to do with? I don't understand.
June's the month of Geminis, and you said there are two Junes. Get it?
Oh, okay. I got you. It's also about twins.
Astrology. Yeah, exactly.
I know. No, I don't write it. Magus Calavera.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're correct. I apologize. I didn't mean to call that out.
Well, anyway, this also has twins in it. The two main characters I don't think they're identical twins because they certainly don't look alike, but they are sisters, and one of them might be a giant spider.
It's pretty interesting. The writer of this, Robert Blees, actually wrote Screaming Mimi, which is the movie that Argento claimed inspired Bird with the Crystal Plumage, which it's nothing like it. But yeah, he also wrote Whoever Slew Annie Rue, Dr. Phibes Rises Again, Savage Harvest, The Black Scorpion, High School Confidential, and most importantly, Bill Frogs. So that's some pretty good talent there.
This movie's got good lineage. And, so many fantastic people. The special effects technician, I have to look at my notes here, Roy Downey. Speaking of the special effects and, the wobbly giant spider, so what? Roy Downey worked in so many movies that I just couldn't even run down the whole list right now. Just in 1977, which is the year Curse of the Black Widow came out, he also worked on 3 other insect horror movies, including Empire of the Ants, It Happened at Lakewood Manor, aka Ants, and even more appropriately, Tarantulas, The Deadly Cargo.
Wow.
Ooh. Spiders, ants, just what a difference a couple of legs can make.
Also, the other thing I was thinking about twins is if you need twins on TV, Patty Duke's the right person to get. She has the experience of being twins. So what a casting coup.
She was typecast as twins.
Yeah. Sometimes they even act like, what a crazy pair. One, a hot dog makes her lose control, which, of course, it does.
I can relate to that.
Yeah. Also, Sid Caesar. How about that? Your show shows Sid Caesar and Max Gale from TV's Barney
Wojo
Miller.
from Barney
Yeah,
Miller.
and Roz Kelly, who you said you were very excited about that she's in this.
Roz Kelly. I have lots to say about Roz Kelly, but let's talk about the other fantastic people in the movie. Before we talk about Roz Kelly,
Yeah.
there's somebody major. Oh, Jeff Corey is in this movie. And Jeff
Yeah.
Corey plays the stock Native American character in this movie. And, of course, I don't think Jeff Corey was actually Native American. He was an extensive character actor who worked since the 1930s. He also taught acting. And he was an acting teacher. He was Jack Nicholson's acting teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I only know that because I was talking to David Zoe Hall, who told me that Jeff Corey was his first acting teacher as well. And he chose him because he was an admirer of Jack Nicholson and Nicholson's acting career. And he said that he wanted to work with Nicholson's acting teacher. And he eventually went to study with Gordon Hunt, who also is a famous acting teacher, father of Helen Hunt. But I digress. Curse of the Black Widow is just full of, it has a scintillating all-star cast, and I know you're going to love it. Let us know in the chat, by the way, if this is going to be the first time you saw Curse of the Black Widow.
It's my first time. I've never seen it. How about that?
Oh, wow. I didn't know. Never seen this movie.
I had never seen it. So I'm very excited.
You're not going to believe it.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Franciosa, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. He had a little experience playing an amateur detective in Tenebra. Well, I guess he did this movie first.
Yeah. Also, if you haven't seen it, spoiler, a detective and the culprit in the same movie.
That's true. Yeah.
What a twist.
I know who we forgot to mention in our cast of fabulous people, Donna Mills.
Donna Mills is she was in Play Misty for me, and she, of course, a million other things. But yeah, Donna Mills was an 80s hot, kids talked about her, like Donna Mills. Yeah.
Donna Mills, yeah. She was in Knots Landing.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, probably the most high-profile thing she'd ever done, even though I'm sure people saw her in a lot of other things. She happened to do 4 different TV movies with Patty Duke.
Ooh.
They were in, and it was all around the same period, too. There was Curse of the Black Widow. There was Fire, ! A made-for-TV disaster film. Another made-for-TV disaster film, Hanging by a Thread. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh, wow. That one is about a cable car that gets stuck halfway across the cable, and it's starting to break, and it's full of passengers, and they're just hanging by a thread. That was a 2-parter. The other TV movie that they were in together was Look What's Happened to Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's totally makes sense. Wow. And she's also in 1984. She did my favorite Donna Mills thing. She made a video called The Eyes Have It, where Donna Mills taught you how to do her eye makeup. And if you haven't seen it, the song is well worth it. It's just Donna Mills going like this with her eyes while the song plays. It's so good.
Was it you that sent that to me, or was it Mike Justice?
It was probably one of the two of us. I know it from Found Footage Festival because they played it so many times as part of their live show. So that's where I discovered it. It's pretty amazing.
I couldn't take my eyes off it.
Oh, Donna Mills' eyes have it. She knows accentuate it. June Lockhart too.
I don't even wear makeup, and I wanted to go do my eyes after I watched that video.
June Lockhart is in this, and she was like America's mom between Lassie and Lost in Space, and she was also Dr. Janet on Petticoat Junction. Yeah,
She's
she had a
someone's mother in this too.
Yeah, she's still alive. She was born in 1925 and still alive. She's in Meet Me in St. Louis. She's in a ton of stuff. Sergeant York, A Christmas Carol. Like she had a pretty long ranging career.
She probably looks for real like they made her look in this movie when you see her. Don't get too excited because she's only in like one scene in this movie. A lot of these people, like Sid Caesar, is only in one scene. I think it's just one moment in the film. June Lockhart and okay, you're gonna have to take this one. Who's the Popeye, the wrestler? What's
Yeah,
his real name?
hard-boiled Haggerty is his real name.
Yes.
Well, his real name's Don Stasok is his real name, but he was a pro football player. Then he wrestled for quite some time, and then after that, he got into stuntman work, and he's one of the connections between Hollywood stuntmen and wrestling, which have a club, the Cauliflower Alley Club, and he was a major part of that. But if you see a wrestler in a movie in the 70s or 80s, there's 100% chance it's Hard-Boiled Haggerty. He's in so much stuff. Um, he started acting in '68 as an ape in the movie PJ. He's in Paint Your Wagon, The Wrestler, which is a movie about wrestling. He's in Earthquake, Stunts, Walking Tall, The Final Chapter, Death Sport. He was one of the Tiger Men in Buck Rogers, the TV series. He's in the Muppet movie. I just saw him in The Big Brawl, the first Jackie Chan movie in the US. His character is called The Kiss, and his finisher is he gives you a bear hug and he kisses you while he's bear hugging you, and choking the life out of you. So you might want to watch The Big Brawl. Just and
Yeah,
most
that's
famously,
okay with me.
he's in Mickey and Maude, which is probably his best role, where he's a wrestler and he doesn't want Dudley Moore to marry his daughter, and he has Andre the Giant come and like threaten Dudley Moore. But that's one of Becca's favorite movies. He's in Hollywood Vice Squad. He's the cop in Rad. He's in Million Dollar Mystery. He's in so many things. So yeah, if you see a movie that has like a tough guy in it, there's a real good chance that it's Hard-Boiled Haggerty. He's from the there's an office in Los Angeles that was called the LaBelle Territory, and he's from there. Gene LaBelle's in a lot of movies too. And crazily enough, they had ring card girls that would hold up, like numbers of their sponsors and stuff. Adrienne Barbeau was one of the ring card girls when she was 15. And when I met her,
Ooh.
I asked her about it, and she's like, "How do you know that?" And I was like, I saw a video of you and you're in it. And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I still remember the ad I had to read." She knew the whole thing, the phone number, who the wrestlers were. She said, "My mom dated a lot of wrestlers. That's how I got into it." And her mom actually told John Carpenter to use Ox Baker in Escape from New York because that was one of her favorite wrestlers, which is pretty cool. So yeah.
Paranoid Goblinoid, and I'm sorry, I forget who that is. I get confused by people's handles.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all I know is their handle. Like I see people at the drive-in and I want to call them by their real name and I
Like,
can't
oh, hey,
remember.
Paranoid Graboid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that the cop drama is so boring, but in some nice acting from the office assistant, that would be Roz Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
and the helpful police officer, which is Vic Morrow. That's the guy we forgot to mention. Vic Morrow is in this.
Yeah. Who's in a ton of Italian movies, and Jennifer Jason Leigh's dad.
Dan Sitch. That's who that is.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah. How could we forget
Hi,
Vic
Dan.
Morrow's
I'll
in it?
try and remember next time. Sorry.
I need to make a scorecard for who everybody is.
Yeah.
all those different lines. When I rebuild
I have
the
a dry
horror
erase board here.
when I rebuild the horror basement, I'll do that. That'll be next. I do have a fact about this movie, though, Bill. The sound that the large black widow spider makes is actually the same noise that Rodan makes. They took the same cue from that.
You sure it's not Gamera?
It says Rodan on IMDb. It may be the same for both of them. And
yeah, Mark Green, while we were talking about that at work tonight, some friends and I, about Vic Morrow's death and how I made the mistake of actually watching the footage. You can watch the footage on YouTube, and it's horrifying.
Yeah, I never want to see that footage. I've seen it, and I never want to see
Don't.
it. Yeah.
Oh, you did see it. Sorry.
Yeah. It's rough.
It's kind of like, I don't want to like compare it to something flip, but the Cannibal Holocaust turtle
Yeah.
is equally difficult to watch. You know,
Agreed.
shark scene in Terror House. Hey,
Yeah,
I have
which is
something.
completely unexpected.
I have something to lighten the mood here.
Ah.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, wow.
It's my big box VHS for Curse of the Black Widow.
Wow.
And, you know, even though she's really not the star of the film, there's Roz Kelly right on the cover with "Eee."
Very fashion forward on the cover too with that jacket.
She's got style.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I like the style, but she's
'Cause
got
she's
it.
whatever it is, she has it.
Roz Kelly is an interesting character. You know, she was kind of big there for a minute on Happy Days. She was Pinky Tuscadero, Fonzie's girlfriend. And I don't know. I guess she pissed everybody off because they wrote her off the show. The
Yeah.
producers of the show, her co-stars, no one got along with her. And I don't know if that changed her outlook on life, but you know, after when the Paul Lynde Halloween special didn't get her any more work, I think she was in New Year's Evil. She didn't stop working after that, but you
No.
know, eventually she turned into a really angry person because her neighbor's car alarm was going off and she went outside and shot up his car with a shotgun and then fired a shot right through his living room window.
Wow.
And she you know, she got probation for that. And you'd think after that she would have calmed down a little bit, but no, she attacked somebody with her cane and she actually had to go to jail. I think she was in jail for about 90 days and then they gave her a sentence and let her off with time served. So hopefully she's okay now. You know,
She
maybe she
did
was
have
going
her
through
own
some stuff.
spin-off from Happy Days, Blansky's Beauties, which if you're like, I never heard of Blansky's Beauties. Yeah, I know. Like didn't
Nancy Walker was in it.
Yeah.
Well, I think Roz Kelly Roz Kelly was I forget if she's Pinky Tuscadero or Roz Kelly. I think Roz Kelly was only in one episode of that show, wasn't she? Or was she
Yeah.
a main character?
She was on Starsky and Hutch for 3 episodes though.
Hmm.
Because they were going to replace Paul Michael Glaser with her because he was in a contract dispute. So at the you know, there was she's in 3 episodes of the show in the 76 season and then they persuaded him to stay and then she disappeared after that.
I agree, Vince. I want to see a TV special called well, I just want to see when famous people go nuts. It doesn't even have to
Yeah.
be women. But Grace Slick could be on there, you know, when she was standing on her roof
Oh.
shooting at people at one point.
The other 2 movies that she was in are Full Moon High, the Larry Cohen movie, and she's in American Pop. She sings in that too. The animated movie, the Ralph Bakshi movie from 81. And those are right around the same time that what do you call it? New Year's Evil came out.
Yes, David. Leather Tuscadero was Susie Quattro, and she was only on 7 episodes, unfortunately. She should have been the Roz Kelly character. That should have been Fonzie's girlfriend.
Also, in another fact of the movie, there's a young girl gymnast in the beginning. That's Dan Curtis's daughter, Tracy Curtis.
You don't say. He put
Yeah.
his daughter in the movie? Oh, something weird happened with your audio. Your microphone's messed up. This happens sometimes, and I think it has something to do with Pazuzu.
There you go. How's that? Perfect.
That's better.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, she's in Trilogy of Terror. Then after that, she became a film editor. That's what she did for the rest of her career.
Oh, she stayed in the business then.
In the business, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. But I'm excited for this. I like a good spider movie. I like a good TV movie. I like a movie that has a spot the cast kind of movie. So this feels like it has all those things.
I want you to pay careful attention to the structure of this film and then afterwards tell me if it was a giallo.
Okay. I'm excited for that. It has a supernatural element, so that may tinge this a little bit.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think it could ever be a giallo.
Yeah. David said my audio gets weird once the wings have brushed me. The wings of the zoo.
Sam can resist, though.
Yeah, I can. I should have had my med band on, like she does in 2, and that would have helped me.
In between the
Oh.
movies, Sam and I wear the synchronizer.
Yeah, we do. Bill's the Richard Burton, and I'm the Reagan.
So, how do you feel about spiders? Are you freaked out by spiders?
No.
Would you
Not at
pick one up?
All the time. I do it all the time.
No way.
Because I don't kill them. I pick them up and take them outside.
I don't kill them either.
Yeah.
But I don't.
No, I let them
pick
crawl
them
up
up.
my hand and everything. Like, I love them.
Ew.
Yeah.
You're like Alice Cooper, dude.
Welcome to my nightmare. I am. Call me Vincent. Yeah, I carry them around. I like spiders. Spiders kill a lot of bugs that are bad for you.
Yeah,
and they do a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I used to be terrified of spiders, but I've since changed my ways. I'm not that bothered by them. I don't want to get near them, and if they're too big, then we might have a problem, because I've seen some pretty big spiders in our old house, especially.
Oh yeah.
There was, every once in a while there was a giant spider in the shower, and I couldn't figure out where they were
Ooh.
coming from.
Where were they coming from? You just never.
I still don't know.
Still
Yeah.
don't know.
From the same place that the spider in this movie comes from, apparently.
Maybe it was one of your neighbors.
Oh, I bet I know which neighbor it was.
Yeah. There's an actual series on Tubi about that now called Frogging. Hiders in the House. It's a 6-episode series of people that have done the same crime on Tubi.
Creepy.
I didn't know it was called Frogging. Phroigging. I looked it up because I'm like, frogging sounds something that could be a sexual thing I didn't know about. No, it's not. It's yeah, Becca says she's into frogging.
Has she done it? Has she been?
No, we've been frogging for years. Yeah, frogging just for years. We're
crawling.
Creepy crawling and frogging. That's what we do.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I know that you know this, but for those of you who don't know me personally, the house that I used to live in, I lived in this house for 19 years. Mark lived with me in that house for probably 15 of those years. It's for sale now. We left there about 7 years ago, and the sale then was private, and it was purchased. The people who bought it flipped it and sold it for like $500,000, which is fucking insane. Okay,
Yeah.
like I don't care what the hell they did to the house. No house is worth that much money when it's like a city townhouse and you're living in a neighborhood where basically like your car's going to get stolen at some point. Someone's going to throw a brick through your window. People are going to be screaming out in front of your house at 3 a.m. Like, it's not really a $500,000 house neighborhood. But there you go. Houses started getting that expensive in the neighborhood. So these people sold it for $500,000. It was a private sale, and I never got to see what it looked like on the inside after they remodeled it. Well, the people that bought it, as so frequently happens, a couple years after these, nouveau riche people buy these expensive houses in that neighborhood, they move, because these people are all white that buy those houses, and the neighborhood is racially mixed, and like they start freaking out when it's not an all white neighborhood, and like I don't know what their problem is. I guess they don't walk around there and meet the neighbors and everything, but so they sold the house. They're selling the house now, and pictures are on Zillow, and I was dying when I looked at it because I just can't believe the way they changed our house. And I can see little remnants of the old place in it, but it just looks so different now.
I couldn't tell if the bathroom had been taken out or not. The living room bathroom. Was it still there, or did it?
They moved it.
Oh, that's the best part of the house. That's my favorite part of the house.
There's a first floor powder room still, but they moved it. They took it out of where it was before, which is a really stupid place to have a bathroom anyway. It was like,
that's what I liked about it, though.
Yeah,
I liked that it felt like you were like surrounded by people, but going to the bathroom.
Yes, because there was like a cutout in one of the bathroom walls. It was up by the ceiling, but there was just a cutout up there that led into the next room. So it really did seem like you were peeing. Hopefully you didn't go number 2 in that downstairs bathroom.
No, I never. I only kept it to one.
Yeah. Number 2 was for floor 2.
Yeah.
But they made it nice and private. Like they relocated it. They put it off the main hall now. And the weirdest thing they did is they put an ensuite bathroom in the main bedroom. And to do that, they sectioned off one of the large bedrooms and turned it into like a tiny little room, which was a really bad idea. I do not like it at all. It's nice to have a bathroom right off your bedroom, but I wouldn't sacrifice that at all. But now they're selling it for $600,000. Maybe I could get a part-time job in addition to my day job and buy that house again.
That's what Becca always says to me. She's like, you could get this job too. And I'm like, I already kind of work 2 jobs. And she's like, wouldn't you like to work at 7-Eleven? I'm like, yeah, you love that place. You love going to 7-Eleven and get drinks. I'm like, I love a lot of places, but I don't want to work there. I want to be in charge of the Slurpee machine. I'd be great. Yeah, she just said in the background, you'd be great at it. She's very encouraging. So
You're a deli manager if I ever saw one, Sam.
Oh God, Bill, our Sheetz is getting, if you're not from Pittsburgh, Sheetz is a convenience store. But Sheetz is more than that. It's like a restaurant. Everything's like has a Z at the end of it. It's like Sheetza. And yeah. And they knocked our Sheetz down to rebuild a new one because it's pretty old. So the whole town is topsy-turvy. So all the other businesses are getting the business that Sheetz got. So our 7-Elevens have both gone crazy with people coming in there, as you can imagine. So the someone I was in there the other day, Bill, and someone was trying to pay for their food with a flip phone. And the guy was having a nervous, but he's like, I've never done this before. And his girlfriend or wife, whatever, is like, I have. This is how you do it. And she kept scanning her her flip phone over the button pad, right? And the guy working the counter was like, you need a debit card. And she's like, no, you can do it with this phone. And I was like, maybe with the smartphone you can tap it. She just kept tapping the thing with it, like hitting it. And finally, like he literally like moved her out of the way and said, what do you have? And I was like, I had been waiting in line for like 10 minutes watching this couple. And I was like, oh boy, like I could watch them all day. Then the next day, went to the other 7-Eleven and I saw a lady get in a fight over 30 cents because the price was marked different on the shelf as it rang up. And the lady told her that works at 7-Eleven, you can get the fuck out of our store and you can, and the manager was like, whoa.
Whoa.
And he's like, you should just give that guy that price. And it was like, wow. It was
I don't think that's necessary.
Oh my gosh. It was out of control. And Becca was like, why were you in there so long? And I was like, well, something always goes wrong. Tonight she had to go to 7-Eleven. I said, just go in. I'm not going to go in. It's something wrong always happens. Like I get to see the best of humanity, especially at 10:30 on a Saturday night. Nothing good happens. Yeah. Becca had to explain how Powerball worked to somebody when she was in there. So that should tell you what it was like.
Curse of the Black Widow was first broadcast September 16th, 1977. Which was a long, long time ago. I'm sure most of you in the audience weren't even born yet, right?
It would be 7 years until Becca was born. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Don't tell me that.
Oh, God.
I was kidding, but
tonight I was telling her a story about getting lost, and I was like, I was with this girl, and she's like, do you know how old I was? And I'm like, no. She was like, I was in first grade. I'm like, cool. I was 22, or even older probably. But yeah, we won't talk about young folks. This ad's awesome though. I love this TV Guide ad.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dan. Ever since we moved out of that house, I've had a recurring dream about being in there when the owners weren't there. And the dream keeps getting longer and longer every time I have it. And I started to like get to know the people who owned the house. They had teenage children who begged their parents to let Mark and I stay there for some reason, intruders in their house. And now that I've seen the inside of the house, I don't know. I hope I don't ever have that dream again. This is a goofy looking ad, isn't it?
Yeah, but I like it. Here's my favorite thing about it. They gave the spider titties. I mean, they're like,
it's a woman spider.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're like, is that a male spider or a female spider? I'm like, well, it has human hands and a woman's face. Are people going to know that it's a woman? And some brave executive said, give it boobs.
I can't tell if if the back appendages have high heel shoes on or if those are all hands.
Yeah, I think that there are some high heel. I don't know. It's something else. Also, she only has 6 hands. Like spiders have eight
Well,
eight
you
arms,
can't see the other appendages. They're behind
or are
her.
the boobs her other arms?
Hey now.
Hey now, 1977. Also, a guy in trouble and not a girl. That's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what the movie is about. You know, that
Yeah,
it's men that have to fear. Well, women have to fear her too, but
yeah.
the men especially. It's all about. It's like the women, Sam. That
Hmm.
movie, The Women from 1939. The tagline was "It's all about men,"
Yeah,
and
the women.
so is Curse of the Black Widow.
Wow. Oh, what a night.
Yeah, before Curse of the Black Widow was the making of Star Wars.
Oh, I
You
know
remember
that I
that?
watched that. I can tell you with 100% certainty that that aired in our house, as told by C3PO and R2D2.
Well, how could you not watch Curse of the Black Widow if you watched the making of Star Wars?
Because probably my mom knew that if I watched it, I would be nuts all day the next day and that night and not sleep. So she probably just took me aside and said, "We're not going to watch
You would never have been afraid of Curse of the Black Widow. The
it."
monster is too silly in it.
uh, the not your everyday news show. Like, what is going on in that news if it's that different? I have a
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
well, here's
I have
a
a feeling here, Bill,
what's
that
that?
the bottom of this ad that we're going to see it show up somewhere, perhaps in the Zine. That TV feels
Oh
like it might
yeah.
show up somewhere.
Oh, I love it. There's not enough letters there though for me to steal the
No,
font.
but I love the way the O and the L are together. It's just beautiful. Oh, that 33 too. Wow. I love that. And the Where You Belong. That God is beautiful. The 70s are like they don't care how many fonts you throw in an ad, you know?
Oh, the more fonts, the better.
I
That's
think
my
we can tell
motto.
from this one that these are hands and not high heels.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to think it was high heels. That's her hands.
Yeah. But wow. Another the 8 go how many of these man, on top of it all.
I know. I just that's suggestive, isn't it?
Yeah. What's happening tonight on top of it all?
Oh, that's another version of that
Yeah.
WLOS. Here's
This is
something a little different.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember the song playing, "The Still the One," and they would show all pictures of Pittsburgh.
Hello, Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Hello, Pittsburgh. Channel 4 loves you.
Oh, man, yeah. And then they showed Joe DiNardo getting out of the helicopter.
Paul Long.
Don Cannon.
Oh, wait, was that the wrong network? I think I
No,
got them
Paul Long
mixed.
was on that network too. Paul Long and Don Cannon.
Well, surprise, surprise. Tonight's movie has 2 titles.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that. Wow.
It does. I'm glad you didn't mention it because
Yeah,
it
because
was in my ad
I would have
gallery.
ruined all your work.
The Love Trap, baby. Love Trap. Uh,
Uh,
it came
Did
back in 79. This was
wow.
in June of 1979. They resurrected Curse of the Black Widow as Love Trap in reruns. And this is crucial because June of 1979 was when I first saw The Night Stalker. Well, that's
Ah,
another one just like that. Um,
yeah.
it's the first time I saw The Night Stalker. There we go. There's Love Trap. There are no ads with the title, no picture ads with the title Love Trap, but
Oh.
there were these little TV uh synopses. And here
Dancing and a loving. Where for next to nothing.
it's
Love
hot
trap.
as an oven.
Hot as an oven. Patty Duke is playing twins.
See, this was the very night that I saw the
Wow.
Spanish Moss Murders episode of The Night Stalker.
Wow.
And yeah, it was I can't remember. I must have watched Love Trap, aka Curse of the Black Widow. And I love how they changed the title to something that does not give any indication that it's about a woman that transforms into a giant spider.
Can you go back to that for 1 second? I just want to call out something. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
look at the first review. The Haley Mills. Miss Mills is getting some sterling film performances. Unfortunately, this is not one of them. Like,
Yeah.
just tell me when the movie's on. Don't be an asshole. You know what I mean?
Well,
The other one does too. Like Kolchak pursues a swamp monster, does his victims in by wrapping it in. You guessed it, Spanish moss. Like, who wrote this? Me? This is like the way that I write. This is so mean.
First of all, that's not true because the
Yeah.
Spanish moss didn't kill any of the people.
No.
Parama Faye killed them by squashing them and breaking their rib cages.
Yeah. Poor Haley Mills. What did this person have against Haley Mills?
Yeah,
He's
don't
like,
say mean.
I didn't like The Parent Trap either.
Did you like The Love Trap?
I love The Love Trap. That's the second movie tonight. Yeah. But also, this Donna Mills and Patty Duke play twins. No. Right?
Yeah,
Patty
they
Duke.
don't.
Yeah. And also, she was Patty Duke in the movie, not Patty Duke Aston. Whatever. I'm done with this guy, whoever wrote this.
Lee says they're showing it tonight
Ah.
on MeTV.
Wow. It's Kismet.
Who knew?
Who knew? Love Trap. There are lots of stars and former stars in the cast. Again, Bernie Harrison is mean. Wow.
Wait, what?
Look what it says. Like, it says Love Trap is no better the second time around.
Oh, yeah.
But there are lots of stars and former stars. I'm totally reading this in Rex Reed's voice in my head. Also, it's like, you can bet that Hybe solves the case slowly. Come on. Like, let us watch it.
Higby.
Yeah.
His name's Higby, Anthony Francioso, and Roz Kelly's character's name is affectionately Flaps. I'm not joking.
She get that? Yeah, how did she get that name?
It was a different time.
Yeah. Hey, Flaps.
So
Wow.
The Love Trap actually was broadcast twice. Once was in June of 1979, then in October of 1980. Was the second time that it played, at least something that it wasn't in syndication at this point. I'm sure it played in syndication afterwards. So this was really exciting. Look at all the stuff you could watch on TV that night, Sam.
Oh my God. I don't know what I would pick.
I know what you'd pick.
Million Eyes of Sumeru.
No,
Blood,
yeah.
Blood and Black Lace, 100%. But Scarface Mob's really good too. Straight Jacket. Oh my God.
Kiss of the Tarantula. There was another spider movie on that night.
Yeah. Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. That's the Missile Monsters. Man, what a night.
50-Foot Woman.
Yeah. Curse of the Undead.
That movie's like 45 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is. I like how they're like, some channels are like, just put both movies in the same thing. You don't got to hit us twice. Just put them together.
I ordered a pizza at the Riverside Drive-In when they had that 5-film science fiction lineup at the Monsterama, and I totally missed Attack of the 50-Foot Woman waiting for my pizza. The whole movie.
I didn't
you were see inside. One frame of it on the big screen.
And that's a fast pizza there too. I'm going to say you got it quick.
Also, Curse of the Undead. That's that vampire Western.
Yeah.
It comes on after Million Eyes of Sumeru. That's exciting.
That's a great double feature. I love that double feature. Man. I really like Blood and Black Lace and Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. That's an incongruous double feature as well. So, I mean, I love it. And then Straight Jacket. I would probably put on Straight Jacket in between there. And I love this.
What does P mean after it?
parental guidance.
What are they getting at? What are they saying?
Yeah, this movie has P and G. I don't know.
Hey, there's something else I forgot to mention about Curse of the Black Widow. This is another movie that features the Piru Mansion as one of the main locations. You know, that's the mansion from Terror House, from Pets, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, etc. Numerous episodes of Heart to Heart. Oh, you froze. That's why you're not responding. So anyway, Sam, as I was saying, the Piru Mansion is in Santa Barbara, Piru, California, in the Santa Barbara area. And this has a really exciting sequence that takes place at the Piru Mansion because I'm not going to tell you who, but one of the female characters meets her tragic end at the Piru Mansion by falling out a window. And when it happens, make sure you watch closely because when she falls, I mean, you don't even have to watch that closely. You can see it a mile away. It's a stuntman when she tumbles out the window and falls to the ground. So they don't even try and hide the fact that it's a dude in a dress that takes the fall instead of this actress. So make sure you pay attention to that part. And the Piru Mansion, I assume that they filmed inside of it, which is different because you can tell like the main foyer on the main floor at the entrance is the same because it looks the same in Terror House. And I know they filmed at least those scenes of Terror House actually at the mansion. I'm pretty sure they filmed the rest of this at the mansion as well. And this has one of my favorite things in it. There's a mansion and there's a staircase, a big staircase that goes up to the second floor. And then once you get up there, there's another staircase and another staircase. There's so many stairs in this house. And when you get all the way to the top of the stairs, there's an apartment. It's like a freaking apartment up there. And I just always think to myself, I'm like, geez, I would love to live in this mansion. I would just stay in that third floor apartment all the time. Hi, Sam.
Hey, sorry, my internet dropped. Apologies.
Huh.
Yeah.
How'd you get back if your internet dropped?
I reset it really quick.
Ah.
So I'm back. I heard you were talking about some mansion.
The Piru Mansion still.
Yeah. The P room.
I dragged it out a little.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for vamping.
Yeah. I'm looking for your drink right now, actually.
Oh, okay.
The drink recipe.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about it. It's a very strange one for the movie this week. I was trying to find something that was a little different and a little unexpected and didn't have the traditional drink elements that we've used this season. So that explains the drink this week. But I actually really liked it. And I made it last night. I didn't do the drink video at like 9 in the morning like I usually do, and have like a cocktail at 9 a.m. after I'm finished. So
it is totally an excuse to have a cocktail at 9 a.m. I know how you're living.
Oh, on the weekend sometimes I do get up and drink a beer first thing because I'm like, it's the weekend.
Who do you think you're fooling? Uh-oh, Sam went away again. Is this going to be the rest of the evening? We're going to have Pazuzu bedeviling us? Well, maybe this is a great time to go to cocktail video. So let's do it.
Is that a spider?
It is a spider.
No, it's love.
Anyways, welcome to our drink. This is the Black Widow. Becky just said nothing about this drink excites me. Well, I'm the one that's going to drink it. Maybe you two at home. Here's what we got. The Black Widow, we got 1.5 ounces of vodka, 0.75 of triple sec, 0.75 of Kahlua. You're like, what goes best with Kahlua?
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice. We're going to do 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Shockingly, this doesn't have egg whites or lemonade in it. But anyway.
This is not green.
Got all your alcohols together with your lemon juice. You're going to put it in a shaker filled with ice. And you're going to shake it up. Shake it up nice and good. And then you're going to strain it. Cubby, you ready to shake it? we go.
I didn't hear you make a tight seal. It's a Coke.
A Coke?
Yeah.
All right. Looks interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if
What if there's spills everywhere? It's just
What if?
bought.
What if we bought the table? Anyways, Black Widow. Curse of the Black Widow. Will it sting me? Do widows sting? Do they ensnare me in their web?
Pazuzu.
This is an interesting taste. Perhaps we should put some black pepper on it. Anyways, Pazuzu, let's take a sip of this. You know what? I'm going to say this. It tastes way better than you would think, and it does actually taste like Coke. It has like a Pepsi-ish kind of taste to it. It's wild. I can't believe it tastes like this. I'm going to take another sip, just so you see that I'm not like off camera being like, no, I'm going to take another sip.
I'm off camera going,
You want to try it?
No.
All right, Pazuzu, everybody. Pazuzu.
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 There you are, Sam.
There I am. I was here and I could hear you, but I, for some reason, wasn't there. Oh, who can say? Pazuzu, everybody.
It's because the wings brushed you.
Her
You have to
black
get
wings.
one of those things and go. What does she have? It's like a lemon twist. Remember the lemon twist?
Yeah. Oh, boy. I'm excited about this movie, though. It's a never seen affair for me.
Yeah, it's really exciting. You know what? We forgot to thank our sponsors for this weekend's show. It's Chris Fasonic and Steve Wilson.
Oh, thanks, guys.
They sent us a little ching chong for our streaming fees. So thanks, guys. And if any of you would like to donate to the show, a couple of bucks, we're not asking for much, like literally like $2, $3, $4, whatever you want to give. Whatever the Drive-In Asylum double feature and late movie is worth to you, send us a PayPal to groovydoom@gmail.com.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
And we'll put your name in the credits.
I really appreciate you guys helping us out with the show. So thank you very much.
Ditto.
Yeah.
So did you make the cocktail?
Yes, I
No?
did. I made it earlier. I made it yesterday, and it's really good. I really liked it. I drank it last night, and it's good. I'm just drinking water now like an old person.
I think we've actually seen a progression since we started doing this show. We used to drink all the alcohol, and now like we pretend to drink the alcohol and we don't really drink the alcohol.
I do drink the alcohol when I make it. I'm just not drinking it now. I think also someone had a very bad acid reflux attack a month and a half ago, so that they're they're trying not to destroy their system any longer. But trust me, I want to drink all the time. So yeah, I'll be back.
Health happens.
Yeah, I'll bring that stomach back, and I will ruin it again. 6 months from now, I'll be like, I feel great. I should just drink moonshine all the time, like I was, and then the circle remain unbroken? Yes, it will.
Well, I forgot to have my edible before I ate my dinner.
So
it really has not kicked in yet. So maybe it'll kick in while I'm watching Curse of the Black Widow.
Oh man, I actually got my favorite stuff. Andrew brought me some. It's like a liquid, like like the flavor enhancers for water. It's like that, but has THC in it. Man.
Oh yeah. You've told me about those before, and I think I have one of those, but I've never used it.
It's really good, and it's nice because it's like it's not like it doesn't hit you super hard, but it's like a good like at night, like just chilling out kind of thing. So it's good.
I think Roger's bringing some moonshine to the drive-in.
I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm saving up my sobriety for the drive-in. The drive-in, I'll be like, well.
Then it'll be worse
Yeah.
because you won't have any tolerance for it
No.
anymore. You'll be like,
Then
"Mm,
I'll
yeah."
end up at the Honey Bear again. Back at the Honey
Oh
Bear.
yeah,
Back at the
eating pepper.
eating pepper. Yeah. A true
So, what are
story.
some of your other favorite made-for-TV horror films?
Oh,
Just off the top of your head.
Gargoyles.
Yes.
The Legend of Lizzie Borden is really good. What do you call it? The Screaming Woman. I really
Oh
dig.
yeah.
Yeah, I like all the Dan Curtis stuff. He did a lot of ones that were I like The Curse of Carolyn Anders that are like 45 minutes long that were shot on video instead of film, and they're really cool. Like his one with the ones he did with Jack Palance are really good. I think those, of course, Trilogy of Terror is really great. Night Stalker and The Night Strangler, both really good too. There's another one that was a pitch for a series called Good versus Evil that's good, and I really like Invitation to Hell, the Susan Lucci movie. I think that one's really good. It's really fun. I'm shocked that we haven't shown that one yet. I really like that one a lot. Scream Pretty
Well, we have
Peggy
to
is
save
good.
some of the good stuff for later.
Yeah, I
When
saw the
Michael
Uncle.
calls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uncle Spooky said, "Scream Pretty Peggy," which I really dig a lot too. Yeah.
Uncle Spooky, why are you in the chat and not on the show?
Yeah. Come on. I was really excited because I saw pictures of Uncle Spooky with what's her name? Our other guest that we had on, um, and it was like episodes of the show were crossing over, like different guests. What'd you say, baby? Yeah, Coma White and Uncle Spooky were together in a picture, and I was like, "Oh man, that's awesome!" It made me super happy.
Yeah. Oh my God. I saw on Coma White's social media, it was her birthday, and she did a show, and Kimbra Fowler from
Yeah,
The Voluptuous Horror of Karen Black. It was her and Coma White screaming Neighborachi together on stage, and I was just losing my shit watching that. It was
yeah,
fucking amazing.
yeah.
Were you ever a fan of The Voluptuous Horror of Karen Black?
I didn't listen to them that much. I mean, I like them, but not like a huge fan. But it's still pretty cool. Like I'm very respectful of her work.
I wasn't such a big fan of them. I do this all the time with bands. I wasn't
Yeah,
a big fan when they were like actually working and performing. And then years later, I started listening to them again, and I was like, I really, really dig them. And of
yeah.
course, they were no longer
Uh,
together anymore. I couldn't go see them. But Kimbra still performs. Basically,
yeah,
she just does track shows, I think, now, where she sings the Karen Black songs.
that's awesome.
Tim Dorch, thank you for joining us right when we were about to go watch the movie.
Yeah, I watched a great Karen Black movie this week. I watched Five and Dime Jimmy Dean, which I had never seen before, the Robert Altman movie,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
boy, that movie's awesome. It's so good. I never realized that's like Cher's first dramatic role too, and she's really good. Everybody's great in it, and like it didn't get good reviews when it came out. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure times changed. You know what I mean? Like movies aren't as good as they were then, but like I thought it was incredible. Like I really, really liked it. Karen Black's amazing in it. Everybody's great in it, but she's my favorite person in it.
People's attitudes about movies have really changed. And I mean, the cynical side of me wants to say it's because movies are shit now, but I don't think that's true. I think it's just people have learned to appreciate other genres of movies, like and other approaches to film.
Hmm.
You know, there was like the whole like there was Fellini, there was French New Wave, and people were like, "Oh, that's really weird. Like that's never going to be mainstream." And then like those things started to infiltrate the mainstream, and people started. Maybe they reacted to that. I don't know, but I think now people are much more open-minded about movies, and they're
Hmm.
not as quick to call a movie shit
Yeah,
because hopefully I think everybody realizes now that if a movie entertains you, it's not shit. Like
it's
even if it's not what the
I'm obsessed with the idea that like when movies first started getting played, right? Like when people saw the Great Train Robbery, like people ran out of the theater screaming. They thought the train was going to hit them. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And like people were so amazed by movies. Within 5 years, people were like, "This movie's boring." What? How did we go? How did we get to this? Do you know what I mean? Like Did people lose their love of because movies became an everyday thing at some point, and they were like, "Well, this one's not as good as that one." But like at some point, all movies were magical. So I always think about that. Like when was the first reviews where people were like, maybe all these movies aren't magic. Imagine if your movie was the movie that finally broke it, where they're like, this is the first boring movie.
You finally pushed us too far.
Yeah.
Now it's a boring movie.
Yeah. Yeah. The train didn't kill us. We survived. Okay. This movie, nothing seemed to happen. And somewhere our ancestors were back there building. They're like, you and I's long, like great grandfathers saw it and we're like, this movie actually was pretty cool. Nothing happened.
Your movie is boring non-tent.
Non-tent.
I've unsubscribed from your movie.
I've unsubscribed from your Nickelodeon, and I am not going to come ever again. But yeah, I'm excited for this, and I'm glad everybody's here tonight for the late movie. And I'm always a fan of showing more TV movies. I love TV movies so much. That's the review. Paranoid Goblin said tonight's movie is 5% magic, 95% shit. Setting a high bar.
Oh, I don't think that's true, Dan. I really dig this movie. This is actually this is a comfort film for me. It's even the boring parts, and I say that with air quotes. I really like the dialogue in this movie, and it's got a very Night Stalker-ish feel to it, even though it's not a Kolchak movie. It's a Dan Curtis movie, and he found a formula and he stuck with it. It's not a vampire in this one. It's a woman who transforms into a giant spider. Yeah. The link on YouTube, there's a link on Facebook, rather, on the Groovy Doom Facebook page if you want to find it, or you could just go to YouTube, enter Curse of the Black Widow. But there's like a bunch of like fragmented remember when you couldn't post a video on YouTube longer than 10 minutes and people would break it up into pieces?
I just found a movie I've been looking for to do on the site, and it's in 10 parts. And I'm like, oh, no.
Leaf, I have not shown the rest of my shirt. I just assumed everybody's seen it. But you know what it says. Ta-da.
Oh. Is it too soon to talk about 72?
It's not too soon. It's 2024. And
I am wearing a Strange Vice and Mrs. Ward tonight.
Oh, your camera, when your camera came back, it's mirrored now. I was like, what? Why can't I read it?
Hold on, I'll go back and we'll unmirror.
No, it's okay.
There it is. Well, it's in Italian too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I don't know what it says anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you tell me.
Yeah. It says fart cocktail.
It says non-tent.
It says boring non-tent. I am unsubscribing.
Unsubbed.
Unsubbed. The content is a boring. It's a non-tent. I don't want it anymore.
Well, it's time to go watch tonight's feature, Curse of the Black Widow. So go use the link. Come back afterwards. And I'm not having a time figuring it out, probably, but you never know.